Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing Hachseik's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 93, and we are in the chapter of Beis HaKnesses, and we are in the midst of describing the Kedusha, the holiness of what a Beis HaKnesses really is all about, and that obligates us to behave in a certain way. Umitoich kach. And because of this, because that the Beis HaKnesses is such a holy place and we don't really deserve to come in, only because Hashem does chesed with us, He allows us in, and because we have the schus of the Avos HaKadoshim, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, we're able to come inside. HaChayitin Elibai, those that are alive, that means when we're walking in, we're alive. We have to put these ideas into our heart. You have to stand there with fear. Biyira and reverence, bereses and trembling, ubezia and trepidation. It's the holiest of places. Do not speak idle chatter inside the Beis HaKnesses. Chas v'shalom, God forbid. Me'emas hashchina asher, because of the great fear and the awe that you have of the Shechina that is shoresham, that is dwelling there. The Shechina is here. You're going to have a conversation about idle chatter inside the Beis HaKnesses. We know that it's the Zohar itself speaks about this very strong. Al hamidaber beBeis HaKnesses, about a person who speaks in the Beis HaKnesses. And it says, the person who speaks in the Beis HaKnesses has disgraced the Shechina. And he has no connection, no portion in the God of Israel. You and Sham, take a look over there in the Zohar, frightening words. And therefore he writes, Tismar sarais enoish, mirois choyve. The hairs of a person should stand on end when they see how severe this prohibition is for someone that speaks inside the Beis HaKnesses. You're disgracing the Shechina and cutting yourself off from Hashem. Our hearts should be in pain. It's become totally permissible by many amaratze, many ignorant people that are not aware of this. Even though sometimes Rabbanim will get up and they will speak, don't talk in Shul. You're going to destroy the Shechina. It's disgracing the Shechina. It shouldn't do such a thing. You're going to cut yourself off. Even though many will get up and they will say such things. Nevertheless, they still do not abandon their evil ways. And the world just keeps going as it does. You walk into almost any shul, anywhere in the world, and you can see people at one point or another, not everybody, Baruch Hashem, there are many people that are careful about it, but there will always be those, either not aware of the chayme, how severe it is, or they just have no idea that talking in the shul is a problem, and there's conversations that are, he's calling over here, sichas chulin. These are trivial, idle chatter and conversations that are going on constantly, Rahman al-Islam. Woe to those on the Yom Adin, on the day of judgment, and on the day that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be Machiach, that He is going to give us His rebuke. And this lesion, this tzara, so to speak, has spread. It happens more on happy occasion, by happy days in shul. Vagil, joyous occasions, v'yamim tovim, on the holidays, v'leilei simchas beis hashoeva, the night of the beis hashoeva, when the shul makes a beis hashoeva, which is supposed to be elevating. What are people doing inside? They're schmoozing away about other silly things. V'yom simchas Torah, on the day of simchas Torah, we're supposed to be dancing the whole day, singing about the Torah. There's always people that are off on the side. And you wonder, when they're off on the side, are they learning? Are they speaking divrei Torah? What are they doing? Says the Pele Yoetz. In his days, I don't know if in our days it happens, but in his days, people that were standing on the side while everybody else was dancing, they were having conversations of idle, frivolous chatter. Rahman al-Islam. Purim also, Purim, such a day to be engaged in the simchas hayoim, the simcha of the mitzvahs, everything, and people are sitting there and they're schmoozing. What? Not Torah, not giving each other brachas, not singing a song, idle chatter. Machmas arevois hasimcha, because the simcha is so sweet and mixed in. Marbin b'schayk v'kalazosh, a person usually loses themselves and they end up having more schayk, more laughter and jokes, and kalus rosh, their lightheadedness as a result. Anybody that could be meicha, that could make a protest over the idle chatter that takes place, he has to make a macha. He has to protest in the honor and the glory of Hashem. But if you can't, you're not in a position where you can get up and you can say anything, you at least do everything you can to be an ilim, like a mute in the Beis HaKnesses. Says, don't open your mouth for a single extraneous word that has nothing to do with Torah and Tefillah. That's it. Now, he writes, very strong, there are many people that in truth, they don't want to speak in the Beis HaKnesses. They're going to hear this shir. They heard other shirim from other rabbanim that spoke about the ills of speaking in the Beis HaKnesses and the punishments that come and the like. And here we're talking about Shechina, cut off from the Shechina. You're disgracing the Shechina. So you're gonna get inspired. You're not going to want to speak in the Beis HaKnesses. But now you're going to show up in Shul tomorrow morning, and it's suddenly a regular Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. And your friend walks over and he says, "Hey, Yankel, you saw that they won the game last night." I don't want to speak in Shul. You tell yourself, I just got inspired from this whole shit. I don't want to speak in Shul. But people are going to come over to you. You feel a little embarrassed now to answer them. You feel maybe like holier than thou. You say, I don't speak in Shul anymore. What's the problem? This person is speaking, you've been speaking all this time, now you learn the truth, and now he comes over, he starts talking to you, and you say, you know what, I just learned the right thing. And you tell the guy, I don't speak in Shul anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not going to talk to you anymore in Shul. But you're embarrassed to say such a thing. You think maybe this guy's going to think you're an arrogant person, you're such a holy Jew. What? Yesterday you were speaking to me about sports and about the game and about the slam dunk right after Shemona Esrei, and now today you can't say a single word to me. Says the Pele Yoetz, and because of that, so the guy will continue talking in Shul, even though he doesn't want to, with a painful heart, until at the end of the day he says, what's the big deal? So Pele Yoetz says you shouldn't talk in Shul, the Zohar says you shouldn't talk in Shul, the Shulchan Aruch says you shouldn't talk in Shul. Okay, no, nishkafer, I'm not from the times of the Shulchan Aruch and the Gemara, so what do you want me to do? And next, Nasa like it's just permissible. He's talking like no big deal anymore. But someone who fears HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he has to be seized by trembling and fear when he realizes how severe this prohibition is. They call, do not be embarrassed from anyone. And you should say with a proud, confident heart, and your mouth should be open wide. Someone comes to talk to you, say this, I do not speak in the Beis HaKnesses. Just say those words. You have to think to yourself like this. Someone is coming over to you in the Beis HaKnesses, and they're coming to speak to you, which you already said means that you're disgracing the Shechina, and you're cutting yourself off from the living God of Klal Yisrael, and all the other, who knows, terrible punishments that could come, Rahman al-Islam. So someone who's coming to speak to you in the shul and they want you to answer back, you should look at them like they're coming to rob you of an enormous amount of money, or lahargoy, or to kill you, Rahman al-Islam. If you had to save your money, or you had to save your life, you would do anything, you would scream, you would yell, you would stand on your head, you would embarrass yourself to be saved. So you can't even say the words, I don't speak in the Beis HaKnesses. Al achas kama v'kama, all the more so. Shetzarich lachus al nafshoy v'al kvoid koni. You have to have pity on your nefesh, on your soul, and on the honor and the glory of the King, the Rabbi Shalom. Zeh klal gadol. This is a main principle, not just over here in how to maintain the proper covet in the Beis HaKnesses, but in all areas of mitzvahs. And he says like this, Shelo la'aver shum avera, do not transgress any avera. And do not hold yourself back from keeping any mitzvah because you're embarrassed. You're embarrassed what somebody else is going to say, so you're going to end up doing an avera. You're embarrassed that you won't do a mitzvah. Like it says in Pirkei Avos, you should be bold like a leopard. In order to do the ruts and the will of your Father in heaven. Be bold, be strong. Mitzvahs are what we're here in this world to do. And averas we have to stay away from. What, you're going to be embarrassed what someone's going to say, how they're going to look at you. Oh, he's so frum. He's so this, he's so that. What, you're worried about that? What about HaKadosh Baruch Hu? The Rabbi Shalom is watching every little thing that we do. And therefore we can never be embarrassed in front of man when we have to face the music to HaKadosh Baruch Hu after 120. And like he quoted over here before, Oy liyoim hatachacha, woe is to the day that we're going to have to face the music and receive the rebuke from Hashem because you were too embarrassed. That's why you talked in Shul. You didn't want to look like you were arrogant, so that you wanted to look in Shul. You could have just said the words, Eini medaber b'beis. I don't talk in the Shul. And then people stop talking to you in Shul. So he's not going to be, he's going to end up not being your best friend anymore because you're too holy. That's his problem. That's not your problem. Your main objective is to make sure that you are friends with the greatest friend in the world, and that is the Rabbi Shalom. Says the Pele Yoetz, v'aniza bezeh, someone that is careful in this area, milvad shenitzal me'onish chamor, besides that he's going to be safe from the big punishments, noistim lo yigam kein schar ko'is mitzvah, you're going to get reward for as if you're doing a mitzvah. Shemekayim mitzvahs for doing a mitzvah. What's the mitzvah? Shemekayim mitzvahs umigdashi tiro. It says in the Torah, from my migdash, Beis HaMikdash. There it's talking about the tabernacle, about the Mishkan that's there in the wilderness, and it's telling us you have a mitzvah umigdashi tiro. From my migdash you should fear. Says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, fear the Mikdash. It means you have to behave in a certain way. Listen to these words. Shebeis HaKnesses, because a Beis HaKnesses, a Shul, who Mikdash Ma'at is a microcosm of the Beis HaMikdash itself, V'tzarech lira mimenu, and you have to fear from it, which means you have to act in the right way. This is mind-changing ideas that the Pele Yoetz is saying. Many of us come into a Beis HaKnesses and it's like an extension of our living room in our minds. It's just a place to come and gather. It's like the country club for many people. It's where we just come and we sit and we do our davening, our lip service to the Rabbi Shalom, and then we spend time to be able to catch up and shmooze with our friends. No, says the Pele Yoetz, we have to treat the Beis HaKnesses like the Beis HaMikdash. That's our walking into Shul. You're walking into the Beis HaMikdash 3 times a day. Shachris, Mincha, Maariv. You have a chance to embrace the Shechina and talk to the Shechina, and He's listening to you, and treat the Shechina and elevate the Shechina. You could elevate the Shechina, but if we're busy denigrating the Shechina, degrading the Shechina, and not doing what we're supposed to, Rachmana, it's not on us that we are doing the opposite of what a Beis HaKnesses is for. It's a Mikdash, it's a holy place, it's the holy convocation, everyone that gathers together. And the more that we're mechazik ourselves as individuals and the tzibor as one, not to speak extraneous, idle chatter inside of a Beis HaKnesses, only tefillah and Torah, that's really what it's all about, then our tefillah is going to be oila. They're going to go up to the Rabbi Shalom, and he can't say no. From a shul that has such a ruach tefillah like that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot turn those prayers away. We should be zeiche im Yetz Hashem, that we should be mechazik ourselves in this very difficult inyan. It is very human-like to schmooze and to talk and to want to be good with everybody in the shul, but if someone's doing the wrong thing, if I saw somebody eating a ham sandwich and he says, "Do you want to bite?" No, chas v'shalom, I keep kosher. If I would see somebody stabbing another person, you want to stab? No, chas v'chalila, I don't kill people. So if this is such a terrible thing, so then why do we join in and do the sin together with everybody else? Says the Pele Yoetz, don't be embarrassed. Don't be shameful. Don't be afraid. Be strong. Be bold like a leopard to do the ratzon avicha shebashamayim. And in that zechus, we do like HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. Hashem will listen to our tefillos and He will bless us with all that we are asking for. All the best.